Welcome to another video. Alright, this is going to be about Ezekiel and his very famous UFO encounter, which is recorded in the Hebrew Bible. Now, for any of you who are not familiar, that there is a UFO event, multiple UFO events, but this is the most famous UFO event that is recorded in the Bible. Go check it out. You're definitely missing some information. Now, for those of you who think that this is an interpretation other than that of a UFO, or you might subscribe to the idea that this is an interpretation of the constellations or the zodiac, I have information here using modern academic support which will tell otherwise and prove that what Ezekiel is dealing with is a spacecraft. I do have a new camera, but yet I still have the same problems with messaging and the shorter time limit. So with that being said, I'm going to have to jump around. Alright, and I'm just going to deal with what basically at this point, even though there are beings that are being talked about, I'm going to deal just with the craft interpretation of this event. I'm going to read from chapter 1, verse 4. And I looked and beheld a whirlwind came up out of the north, a great cloud and a fire enfolding itself, and a brightness was about it, and out of the midst thereof as the color of amber out of the midst of the fire. Now what we have here is a perfect description of any modern UFO encounter from a distance, which would be that bright amber blazing fire-like light that you would see, and even myself and those around me have seen. So now we're going to jump. And what we're going to do is we're going to avoid the interpretation of these beings, but which is a whole nother video, but I want to get to what the relevant information is of this craft. So we're going to start reading it now, verse 15. Now as I beheld the living creatures, behold, one wheel upon the earth by the living creatures with his four faces. The appearance of the wheels in their work was like unto the color of a beryl, and they four had one likeness, and their appearance and their work was as it were a wheel in the middle of a wheel. When they went upon their four sides, and they turned not when they went. Now what I want to do is I want to draw you a description of what he just described to you so that you can see it more clearly. Alright, he says that he has seen that the wheel is within a wheel. So first we have a wheel, and then he says it's a wheel within a wheel, or more importantly, a circle within a circle. And then he says that when they went upon their sides. Now that would be the wheel turned on its side, as you would maybe see it, a wheel laying on the ground. And then later on he describes that there is a terrible crystal stretched forth over the living creatures that were in the wheels. So, and then he says it had eyes round about. Now that, my friends, is a perfect description of a flying saucer. I'm going to have to come back and go to another video, and you are not going to believe what I show you next.